move on to manager's comments.
Just have a few. The Route 60 West water line is very near completion. They've got one tie-in left to make and a few laterals to tie in. They've already done their pressure tests. They've already done their back T tests. Everything is clear to go. I would anticipate that they will have that entire project wrapped up and out of here by mid-month, a couple weeks at the most. They're very near completion on that project. That project has been a very smooth project to work through. Had no problems once we got past the winter weather on that. The Smith Creek water line, we've extended their time due to weather, so they now have until the end of August to complete that project. Their goal is to be out of here well before the end of August because they're already working into an extension of time because of weather from winter time. That project is moving as close to being on time as it possibly can. They've got a few, one creek crossing left to do, a few laterals to tie in, and then they have to do their pressure test and back T tests on that line. But by, I would say, mid to late August, we will be through with that. I talked to John Franson today of Allegheny Asphalt. He will be in town week after next to start the preparation work for the West Ridgeway Street paving. There's some things that have to be done up there before he can pave, and that is, I think 5 of the manholes need to be lowered. So that's the first part of that project. And then all of the handicap access ramps on the corners of the sidewalks, they need to be re-poured and realigned. And then once he gets those completed, he will start his paving. I don't have a definite date on when all of that will be completed or when he will start paving. But his plan is when he comes into town to start paving, that he's going to do Ridgeway Street first, the Route 60 West water line paving for Hammond Mitchell at the same time, and then move on to the streets that we've identified and worked out an arrangement with the gas company to pave those streets. He anticipates being in town paving 5 to 6 weeks once he gets here. So we're looking at about $1.5 million worth of paving, or a little bit better in Clifton Forge this late summer. So, but I do have a timeline now. That's something I've been kind of pushing for. So finally have a timeline, and he will be in here week after next, starting the preliminary work to get ready to move his crew in here. So the dog park has been treated for parvo and is back open. Just really need to encourage whoever uses the dog park that they clean up after their animals. That's the biggest key to spreading that, is to make sure you don't leave anything behind for other dogs to get into. So, but we have taken care of that. We had a big 4th of July in Clifton Forge. Wonderful Stars and Stripes celebration at the C&O Historical Society on Thursday night. We had a little glitch with the fireworks. That really couldn't be helped. It was a combination of things between CSX and trains with flammable tanker cars parked under where the fireworks were going to be displayed while the engines were fueling. The thing about fireworks, though, once you set the display up and once they're in the tubes, they have to be shot off. There's no taking them down, there's no storing them, they have to be shot. So those fireworks needed to be shot no matter what time that train moved Friday night or Thursday night. So that's how that got all twisted up a little bit. But I'd say that in 15 years of having the Stars and Stripes celebration, and that's the first time that I know of a major snafu like that. I think that's a pretty good track record, and says a lot to the ability of the people that have planned that all of those years. And the other thing that happened down there Thursday night is 2 of our long-term volunteers were recognized for their commitment to the town. And also, they have sent a letter that I would like to read. And they've also sent a letter from Clifton Forge Main Street thanking everyone for their assistance with the Stars and Stripes ceremony. Mr. Mayor, do I have permission to read the letters?
Yes, sir.
First one is dated July the 7th, 2025, Town of Clifton Forge, 547 Main Street, Clifton Forge, Virginia 24422. To everyone, and everyone is capitalized in bold. From the Town Council who gave their approval for the event, to the Clifton Forge Public Works Department who helped with setup and cleanup everywhere, to the Clifton Forge Police Department who not only acted as liaison with the fire department, but presented a perfect retreat of the colors and kept everyone safe both days. To the Clifton Forge Fire Department who saw to it that no one was in any danger during the fireworks show, to Kyla Crozier who put up with at least 1,000 tasks I gave her to do, and to our town manager Chuck Unroe who helped in so many ways to make things run smoothly and then stepped in to drive the parade marshals. With one exception, it was a wonderful celebration, despite the problem of the public's safety created by the positioning of the stopped trains in the rail yard for the fireworks. In the words of a retired veteran visiting here for the first time, and I quote, "It meant more than you know to see a town honoring patriotism in such a public way." End quote. Our 2025 Stars and Stripes Celebration Committee salute you and thank every one of you! Exclamation point. Despite worries over weather, it was truly a beautiful 2-day celebration. I think Dr. Jack Buckles would have been proud of the Clifton Forge July 3rd and 4th celebrations. Sent with much gratitude, Mott Atherholt, Chair, 2025 Stars and Stripes Celebration Committee, Clifton Forge Main Street Incorporated. And the next one specifically addresses the recognition given to them for their volunteerism. Again, dated July 7th, 2025, Clifton Forge Town Council, Mr. Chuck Unroe, Town Manager, 547 Main Street, Clifton Forge, Virginia 24422. Dear all, how can we even begin to express in a letter our gratitude after receiving such an undreamed of and overwhelming public honor from you at the 2025 Stars and Stripes celebration on the evening of July the 3rd. In all our adult lives, we have tried to be helpful volunteers in whatever community we found ourselves, without ever expecting or receiving the tribute you accorded us last Thursday evening at the C&O Heritage Center. Even more amazing, if possible, was that you arranged for our adult children and our grandchildren to be there, either in person or by phone video, to join us. Although we always tried to help our community wherever Bill was stationed, we have often found ourselves in communities during Bill's naval career where we were seen as transients, not worthy of getting to know, since we would have to move on in a few years. It has been our great privilege and pleasure to feel accepted by the citizens of this community and to serve Clifton Forge as volunteers in any way we could. And this next part is in all capitals, bold letters. We want each of you to know that we will always remember the evening of July the 3rd, 2025 as the biggest highlight of the last 20 years. And again, much bigger font, still capitalized. Thank each of you from the bottom of our hearts. Sent with so much more gratitude than you can possibly imagine, Mott and Bill. Mr. Mayor, that's all I have tonight.